I like when you add on the extra context of like someone. People on Twitter sometimes don't understand what bits are. I made like a joke being like, OpaluVA, I haven't heard that name in years, takes long, drag a cigarette, and someone was like, I'll just stay away because I have asthma, and I'm like, I don't actually smoke cigarettes, King. I don't do that. I'm sorry.
I've been on the Blue Sky lately, and that website's great and very funny because for whatever reason there's still a lot of people on it that are like, I don't know how to put it, but like, I don't know, almost, I think people have been calling them reply slimes.
Oh my
just
God.
like low-level enemies in the replies, where you'll say like absolutely anything, and they'll just like any kind of joke whatsoever, and they will, in the most like 50s like confused boomer type voice, be like, well, that doesn't sound exactly safe. I'm just like, I love that.
I don't get it, man. Some people just don't get jokes, which I can understand to an extent, though, because
I'm trying to cause as much harm as possible. So if I can confuse and misinform people more efficiently, then I'm exactly where I need to be.
I love the way you think, because I get scared about confusing or hurting anybody, because like,
yeah, no, you it's not that. Listen, deep down, it's not that you're afraid of hurting people. It's that you're afraid you've wasted your life not hurting people. And the best way, you're still young, is to get over it now and start hurting as many people as possible.
I should hurt people?
Yeah, it's not too late to change your ways and start causing damage.
Here's the thing.
Speaking of damage, no, go ahead.
I think the thing is, when I was younger, I was a very problematic teenager. Like, I was a total dick. I hurt a lot of people when I was, like,
I get that.
14 to 17 was, like, I was a menace in every fucking way. And I feel awful about it, because I'm, like, I'm way more open about it now, because I'm, like, no, you know what? Like, now that I'm a grown adult, I can be like, yeah, I was a shithead when I was a teenager, and I felt awful about it. So, like,
yeah.
I get worried about saying, like, anything, because I'm just like, man, I was an awful person, so I don't deserve to live now. And I'm like, I'm only recently getting over that, where I'm like, brother, you were like 16. 16-year-olds are assholes.
I definitely felt a similar way about my also, like, my younger behavior, like, totally sucked. I was a guy who sucked until not even teens. I would say up in like to early 20s. I still sucked a lot. Mm-hmm. And I used to lament like it was sucking, and now I really only lament that it wasn't funny. Now I'm like, no, I should be as bad as possible, but it needs to be funny. That's all.
I get you.
As long as it's entertaining.
I just hurt people because I was an asshole, and I had people who were like, this person's bad and abusive, and I'm like, I don't know about that. And they're like, this person's an abuser. They would just say it out loud. And I'm like, I don't know if you should say that. Yeah, no, people were crazy. People are still crazy though. That still happens. People will throw around like words like that, and it's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
I realize this is a little late, but you had mentioned roguelikes, and I just wanted to say I have been playing a roguelike recently.
Ooh, which one?
And this is why it relates to what we're talking about, because speaking of causing harm, I've been playing fucking Balatro.
Oh my god. It's so fucking good.
I hate that fucking game, like, so much, and I want to quit it so bad, but I know I'm right about to hit it big, so I can't.
Yes.
Every time. And it sucks so much.
It's so fucking good.
It's ruining my life, and it's harming me. I find myself
good.
playing it all the time, because I got it on mobile, which was a big mistake, because now I can play it all the time anywhere.
It's just so good.
Sorry, the reason we're still in this village is because I was hoping to find a car and not have to hoof it all the way out, but I'm not finding one, so I guess we have to...
Oh, here's a car.
Oh, okay, sweet. Anyway, yeah, Balatro is really good. Just last night, proving that I should stay addicted, I had a run where I had 14 jokers, and I was like, oh, I see, it's possible to be like God here, and therefore I should always stay gambling. But, and that sucks that I had that good run, because it's going to fuel me to keep playing it for another month.
Never stop gambling. Never ever stop gambling.
I hate it so much. And I'm not even good at it. I've never made it past what is it, Ante 11? It's the point where they decide I get past the $1 million boss blind into, oh sorry, do I have a demon blade? No, I have a kinetic blade. Close enough.
It's a blade.
Time to find out if this thing's good. It's not the worst.
Like the way they just fell down.
Where's their buddy? Oh,
I think it's right here.
Oh, and another one over here, the bastards.
Kill him.
Wait, hang on, I've got a quest to hit you with. Oh my god, they healed me. Thank you.
Did they throw like a shield at you?
Yeah, they accidentally threw like a shield thing at me.
Oh my god. Oh, that's a different person. Okay. Well, you're gonna have to die.
Goku type behavior. Here, take a sensu beam.
It makes it a fair fight. I like the way they think.
Miku going, I want to fight you at full strength.
True.
As I was saying, all I wanted to do to finish that thought was say I've never even gotten past, you do the $1 million the $1 million boss blind, and then it hits you with a $7 million small blind, and I've never gotten past the 7 million one.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. It's a little too much.
I can't. And I read online, like, builds that you can do to actually, like, you know, what people do. Something about, like, I don't know, if you just put red seals on, like, 1,000,000 kings or something. Like, people, like, just list these insane builds like it's a thing that I could possibly make happen on purpose.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Balatro stuff is crazy.
It's
like,
just,
the way people play it and the shit people do. I've been, like, I made a separate account from everything I have on YouTube, like, because I used to make a lot of videos on YouTube under a different name.
Yeah.
And then I had, like, a big depression spiral of, again, like I said, because I had, like, a mental breakdown over. When I was a teenager, I did a lot of shitty things. So I was like, oh my god, so I'm a shitty person now. And then for, like, months, I had, like, a huge breakdown because of that. And then I realized that the only way you can get better is by allowing yourself to change. And knowing that you but you were a shitty person, but also there was a lot of stuff happening in my life where it was like, it kind of makes sense that happened. Because I had a shaky childhood, to say the least. And so I just stopped making videos because I was like, oh my god, one day, like, everyone's gonna find out and hate me. And I'm like, brother, you were like 16. Like, you must grow from past mistakes and get better, you know?
When you're 16, the biggest wrong that you can do that you can't stop doing is that you're 16.
Yes. That's like, I feel like that's up to like age 20, honestly. Like,
yeah, no, there's a lot of truth to that, yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, well, when you're an adult, you're old enough to know better. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I mean, you're old enough to know better for some stuff, obviously.
I was genuinely making some of my like worst life choices in my early 20s.
Yeah.
It's like, I was, because you're like, you pass 20 and you're like, you sort of like you're like, okay, well, I'm an adult, so I need to have full control now, except you still don't actually have the steering wheel. So it's, you're still like not actually in as much control as you think you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
But then what I learned is 30s are awesome. If you haven't leveled up 30 yet, look forward to it, because
I will.
It's great. This magical thing that casts over you. You no longer give a fuck at all.
You know, like, I heard that from Hugbees as well, when me and him talked
down
about
the river,
that.
And you will never see them again.
Him and I were talking about that, and he was like, yeah, when I hit 30, like, I just didn't care anymore. And I was like, that's so interesting. You don't care
anymore. You just
because I care so bad. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, I get it. I cared about everything constantly, but sure enough, you hit that third decade, and it's like, man, fuck it. I gotta go down the stairs. Come on. Who cares about all this other shit? I gotta fill out a form and fucking go down a flight of stairs. I don't give a shit about anything else right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just had it really bad where I was like, oh my god. I think it's because, like, call out culture. Not even the idea of me getting called out, but the idea that like people would think I'm an awful person because of things I did when I was a much different person before therapy and stuff. You know, stuff like that.
Miku, cancel culture strikes again.
Because Miku is very problematic, as we know. I do know Huggies.
Miku's the most problematic.
I mean, she can do anything. People have done so much stuff with her. She's probably problematic sometimes. No, she's definitely problematic sometimes. It's okay though. She's Miku. She's allowed.
Yeah, she's allowed.
She gets a free pass. But yeah, no, I wasn't like offensive bad. I was more like,
oh, hey, you got any money for gas?
No, we don't have any gas. I was more like I just didn't know how to handle friendships, and therefore I was really bad with communicating, and I hurt a lot of people because of that. Yeah, exactly. Is this going to be the kind of thing that gets brought up in a call-out post 10 years down the line? But I realized, here's the thing. Like, it's been so fucking long, and, you know, people want to call me out for things I did years ago that in the moment I was a stupid, like, 16 or 17-year-old. Then people are just going to have to realize I am a way different person now, and I feel fucking awful because for years I worried about that sort of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
That's just how it is. But I was gonna say that's like inspiration to make more videos and go back to my original roots and go back to making videos I like, because I have fun. I have fun making videos. I like them. But yeah, because I made just like a separate account, just separate from all my other identities, because I was like, I need an account where it's just like a clean slate of nothing on there, so I can just like be a normal person. Because I don't know if you have that as well, where it's like, I just need disconnect from anything related to my presence online. I just need to be a person, just a normal ass guy. I don't want to be Opalu today.
Yeah, I can definitely hear that. I've been sort of like pretty distant from social media for like a while. Like, I would still post, like, I would pretty much just, like, pop on and either post, like, if I had to do an announcement for something, or, like, if I made a little shit post, I would just kind of drop that and leave. Mm-hmm. And, like, yeah, I still check out some fan art, but for the most part, I've been, like, kind of more and more disengaged. I've been re-engaging now, recently with Blue Sky, deciding to give it another shot, and that's been kind of nice because I've been, like, reconnecting with some folks who, you know, I haven't really kept up with for a bit. But I'm definitely glad that I took that distance from all of it, because it sort of helped me kind of figure out, like, what place in my life I want all of that to have, and, like, you know, what a healthy distance is, and how much to not, you know, invest and whatnot. So it's definitely good to, like, have a sort of break from that kind of thing, for sure. Break, and also, like, you know, sort of, I don't know, I guess compartmentalization or something, where you like, this goes here, that goes there, this accounts for this is the porn, and
I definitely get it.
You know, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, no,
it's very easy to get too like caught up in too much bullshit.
Yes, it's so easy to get caught up in social media. That's a big issue with me, where it was just like it's so much, because I'm constantly worried. I'm worried so much about everything ever. And I remember when I said that to my therapist, and she was like, you gotta relax and let yourself move on from like anything you've done. Like, you gotta let yourself move on. You will make mistakes, you will hurt people, and you have to move on. There's nothing you can do besides move on. And I'm like, fuck, it's not that easy though. Like, because I want to apologize to people, and I wanna make up for all the wrong I've done, even though, like, you know, it was I was just a shitty teenager. That was it. And then she was like, you just gotta move on, dude. And I was like, it's that easy? And she was like, it's that easy. It's just that easy.
Love a therapist being like, girl, chill out.
Yeah, that's quite literally what she went with. She helped me a lot with it, though. She definitely.
Yeah, of course.
This guy is dead. He's dead.
The jelly.
But then, you know, with social media, I will see people I'll see people with like call out posts about like the most random shit, and I'm like, I don't feel like this could have been done in a group chat.
This could have been an email.
This could have been a DM, you know? Because sometimes there are people who are like genuinely awful people and deserve to be talked about as an awful person. Like, I mean, the Neil Gaiman stuff that just came out, like, that shit is disgusting. I don't know if you've seen all that.
I have no idea who that is. I did see that something happened with that name, but I have literally no idea who it is at all.
Very awful sexual abuse. It was a gut-wrenching read. It was really bad. And I believe that's something that does deserve to be talked about, you know?
No, it's like a matter of public safety at that point, right?
Yeah, right? But sometimes I'll see something like, these people had a disagreement over something and they had a falling out, and then one of them calls the other out, and I'm like, this could have been done in a DM. This could have been done in a DM.
Yeah, sometimes it's just adults fucking up.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, I was gonna say something. I forget. It was about commissions, because you brought it up earlier, where it was like, if you want to feel miserable, just like go on vacation and see how many opportunities pile up that you just can't do. I have that really bad when I make commissions close, because I'll see all sorts of auditions and stuff open, and I'm like, fuck. Or like one that's just like, no, I can't do it because right now I'm really busy and I know I won't have like the scheduling for it. Or I know I can't do it because I'm not really comfortable doing like not safe work, like live calls. So like,
yeah,
you know, it's like one of those things where it's like, I just can't do this one, and it sucks that I can't because I want to so bad.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely not just you. It's literally everyone, at least in VO. Like, it's like a joke that like everyone knows. Like, yeah, you will absolutely get a million opportunities only when you go on vacation or get sick.
Right.
Everybody experiences it. It's really funny and also tragic. But you know, I've just learned through the years, it's not something I sweat because there's always more, plenty more that will be coming eventually.
Yeah.
There's just always more projects and more opportunities and stuff.
Oh, for sure. It never ends.
It's definitely a marathon, not a sprint kind of thing. So I just say, don't just forget whatever makes you too crazy, because you're better off going for a long time and just, you know, whatever you have to like do or think about or not think about in order to
definitely
make that distance. It's kind of an extension of the send and forget mentality, I guess, that I try to live by, where it's like, I guess I can summarize it even better, which is that I really try to just focus on what is actively on my plate and forget anything else.
Yeah.
Like anything I don't book or anything that
yeah.
like, you know, I get out of or, you know, I'm not part of. I literally forget it. There's other stuff to focus on, work that I do need to be doing, and that is always where I try to divert as much focus as possible.
100%.
Now, don't get me wrong. It still sucks. Like, rejection's like 99% of the job, and it still sucks every time. Like, you know, you still have to be like, oh, I would love to be part of this, and then watch yourself not be part of it. Yep. And sometimes those things that you were this close to go on to become like really, really big. Like, the biggest thing ever. And you know, that is still like a nugget of pain that you're gonna always have to like swallow down.
It sucks.
I try to just move the focus, you know, onto the work I do need to do as fast as possible and just go, okay, well, I'm not there, but I'm here. And it's, you know, it's almost like a disservice to what I'm currently, you know, supposed to be working on, to spend too much focus or energy on what I'm not involved with.
Oh, for sure.
It's almost like value who is having me by thinking more on them than on the ones who aren't.
Oh, definitely. That's kind of how I've gone over jealousy as a voice actor, because especially in the not safe for work sphere, there's a lot less people than the safe for work sphere. So like, you get well acquainted with everyone, and like, that's also because like some people, it took me a while because, you know, I've been doing voice acting since I was like way younger. So I I had this issue where I got really jealous of other people and kind of like shit talked them when I was a teenager. And then I realized as I got older and started like, you know, realizing, oh my god, everyone's a human and they're all like me, where they just
they're all worthy of my punishment, and I was right to do things that harm them. Oh, sorry, my bad. I thought I went a different direction. Keep going.
You know, quite the opposite. But you know what? I like the way you think. You know, I like the way you think. If that person ends up being an actually awful person who's hurt a lot of people, and not in the fun way, just in the actually hurts people.
Hurt people.
Yep. Like the Will Wood song. I'm sorry, that was a reference you probably don't get.
No, sorry. I was just listing my itinerary today twice. Hurt people, hurt people. That's
hurt people,
that's just me.
Hurt people. Just repeating
that's
it, really.
Doing. Yeah, I'm just repeating it.
Just a mantra you remember. But yeah, as I got older, I started like realizing, oh my god, everyone's a human. So everyone's humanized in my head now. I don't just think of someone as like, this isn't a person anymore. You know, like this person is a person. This person is not just like someone who only exists on the internet. They are a real person who has their own things going on, and I should treat them as such. And that doesn't mean you can't have feelings towards them. Sometimes you can dislike someone. Sometimes you can really like someone. That's okay. But, you know, you have to realize everyone's a human, whether you like them or dislike them. Though some people are just real shit humans.
You know, not that we're gonna unpack this subject in full depth today, but you know who's really hard to internalize that is just another person lesson with his parents.
Yes.
That one's a real journey of like taking someone out of your mind as like some kind of like figure or object or god being or something, and being like, oh, it's just another person.
See, the thing I said about the shaky childhood thing is, I try not to get into it too much, but I have a little bit on stream. I have a mother who has a lot of alcohol issues and also has a lot of anger issues, and I've dealt with a lot of abuse in my childhood, which is a big reason why, as I went into teenagerhood and young adulthood, I was kind of a shit person, because that's all I really knew, because I was really sheltered. So I was like, this is the normal way you act around people. So I was a dickhead because I learned that from my mom, and I was like, that's the way it is. That's just the way you act, you know? And it wasn't the way you act. You aren't supposed to be dickheads to people. And it's hard. It's hard to cope with, like, getting over abuse, but that's, like, something that I've had to deal with a lot. And it's still a thing I have to deal with, where it's like, I still am in touch with my mother, you know? And, you know, she's still, dealing with her own stuff, and it's hard. It's hard to just recognize, yeah, your parent is just a person. So I know that firsthand, you know? It's a really hard thing.
Yeah, that is one of those big adult quests that you keep working through as time goes on.
Especially if you have a parent who didn't treat you good, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because then you're just like, fuck, like, was that... Because for most of my life, I was like, this is just normal stuff. And then I hit age, like, 20, and I was like, this isn't normal at all. Brother, I'm being abused. And then from then on out, I was like, oh shit, this is, like, really bad. My whole life, I was abused pretty bad. And, you know, ever since then, I've grown a lot. Is that a kinetic blade?
That is. You want it?
Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to, like, go off about abuse and shit, but, you know, it's,
No, it's it is an ongoing part of our lives.
oh, for sure.
It's, you know, yeah, it's all good.
I'm doing good,
Relates to so many things.
Yeah, no doubt. It's,
Even Fortnite.
Even Fortnite. But it definitely...
Although, it is uniquely funny to have a conversation with such gravity while watching Master Chief do, like, tricks on a motorbike with Miku riding on the back.
It is really funny. Yeah, I've tried to be more open about it.
Just imagine being like, yeah, Miku, that's some heavy shit. Check this out.
Wow. Amazing job, Master Chief. Yippee! Fortnite, am I right? True.
To another one of the... I just keep doing this. If you have a different creative direction for our Fortnite journey, let me know.
I'm having fun.
Us to, like, the like NPC like boss locations or whatever, just to keep getting
Giving us
gear.
the views.
Because I think that also is like, I don't know, sort of the best. I don't play a lot of the oh Jesus Christ, I don't play a lot of the VR. But when I do, I typically just like go for my little quests, and I find like a satisfaction in kind of being an NPC and just being like, ah, Fortnite wants me to cut down 40 trees today.
Yeah,
and
it's fun.
That. But my understanding of the VR is like there's like a gimmick or like a thing on the map that is like, you know, defeat a boss or like go kill Peter Griffin or whatever to get a piece of gear that gives you a better chance against the players for the actual end of the match. So
it's
that's, I guess,
fun.
what I'm sort of defaulting to while we're just kind of chatting. But I don't have an agenda. I'm game to play it however.
That's what I like about Fortnite a lot.
Yeah, I also, the like community modes and stuff are really funny too. Like that friend that I told you about who I was playing fucking Lego Fortnite with, I saw her online just earlier playing, what was it? It's like, it's called like Cheese Horror Chase or something.
Oh my god. Me and my friend...
Like the...
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
go ahead.
The creative
so
stuff,
funny.
I was gonna say, is really funny. Like,
yeah.
We found one that was like called like, because I was like, you know, it would be really funny if we played one of those fart fetish ones.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say was, because like they really like, you know, everyone says like they kind of Robloxified it.
Yeah, so I looked up fart, and then I found Fortnite Booty Shooty Royale, and so we played Booty Shooty, and it was exactly as you expect. It was Booty Shooty.
Because that's exactly what I was about to say, which is they haven't truly Robloxified it unless there's a lot of like really uncomfortable kind of predatory fetishy stuff for kids to play. And like I'm like, it's not really Robloxified until you're looking at like Pregnant Predator Island version 3 or whatever.
Right into 17 pregnant hyenas.
Right, yeah. So that's now that you tell me that's there, I'm like, okay, no, they did Robloxify it then.
Yeah, no, they are truly Robloxifying it. Not deny it there.
God.
Has anyone ever seen those videos of guys talking about their PTSD in VR chat, and they've got like Winnie the Pooh and Anakin Skywalker models? That's kind of exactly what we're doing.
Oh
like,
my god, yeah, that's really funny, yeah.
How much was Miku? I think Miku alone is like probably 1,500 V-Bucks, probably. The full set was like 3,500, and I bought it, of course, but it's way overcharging.
They're going crazy.
But yeah, no, it's kind of like me going like, yeah, I'm still coping with getting over past mistakes, and you know, I've done a lot of therapy and had to do a lot of self-internalization of like, you know, and then my mother abused me. You know?
Chug.
It's just really funny.
Very good. But very true and very good conversation.
It's like, yeah, you know, like I hurt people, and people spread rumors about people I used to be close to, and it was hard, and I feel awful because I didn't do anything to stop it when I was younger and shit like that. And then it's like, yeah, Miku, hey, do you have a chug on you?
Yeah, the Arbiter's got 2 dicks.
That's really cool.
Actually, I don't know that. That's probably not true.
But I think being open with it is kind of a good idea, because a lot of people find it very taboo to be open about being like, yeah, I used to be a shit person. But like, no, I'll say it straight up. Like, I was a real shit teenager and a shit young adult, and I'm always constantly getting better, you know? I'm constantly trying to become a better person. I think I'm a pretty good person nowadays. This person's gonna have to die. Oh no! We're in the storm. Thank you for saying I'm a very good person. Yeah, I hope that, you know, I hope that all the good I do is, you know, helpful to other people. 'Cause I want to live a good life. I want to live a life where not many people hate me, and not many people, you know, not many people want to see bad happen to me. I mean, not evidently, you know, eventually people are gonna want to, 'cause that's just how the internet is, you know? Having a big audience means people are gonna hate you. However, it's nice to be generally liked, you know? I like that idea. I like the idea of being generally liked, you know? I think that's nice. Maybe Project Moon stuff. Cosplays. I really want to do Miku. I really want to cosplay Miku. Me and one of my friends are planning on doing, we'll stop Heathcliff and Honglu from the Limbus Company. We just discussed that, and he was like, I want to do full stop Heathcliff. And I was like, oh, I could do Honglu. We were planning on going to a convention this year. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Trying to think of other cosplays I'm gonna plan on doing. I think there's more. I wanted to do Zelda and Link with one of my friends. That'd be really fun. Yeah, I think doing your best and growing from past mistakes is the best thing you can do. Really. It's just hard, you know? Living's hard though. Everything's hard. Existing is hard. But so long as you keep fighting on and keep knowing that you deserve to live, that's okay, you know? I think the best thing you can physically do in life is to live, because you only have one life. And you should stop taking things so seriously. This is a note to myself as well. I need to stop taking things so seriously. I need to let go a little bit and just let life exist and live life, because, you know, you only get one. You only get one, and it's hard to I'm trying to find a good way to word it. It's hard because you want to stress, and it's hard because you want to work yourself to death to get money and to be able to relax later. But I was watching a podcast, and they brought up how some of the biggest regrets older people had, like in their 90s, some of their worst regrets were that they worked too hard and they worried too much. And that made me think, you know, I should stop worrying, and I should start taking risks, and I should start just living my life and just being honest. And I mean, I've always kind of, you know, I've been honest. Oh, what podcast? I don't remember. I think I just clicked it because I was like, I need to hop a shower. I should listen to something nice while I'm in the shower, because I wanted to listen to something, but it was late at night, and I am currently living with family for the winter before I go back to college. So I was like, I'm gonna listen to something quiet. So I listened to a podcast just talking about ways to make your 2025 great. And I listened to it and I was like, this is really interesting stuff. I forget which one it was though. But it was really cool. It was really cool. And it made me realize, like, oh my god, I'm the only one who can let myself grow and become who I want to be. And it's hard, but you know, you're gonna have to do it sooner or later, or else you'll never grow. If you don't force yourself to grow, you'll never grow, you know? Force is a strong word, but you have to let yourself grow. You can't just sit and constantly have a breakdown over the same few things. 'Cause, you know, time passes and time goes on and new things happen. And being caught up in the past is not a good idea, because, you know, now is right in front of you. And everyone else is also caught up in now. And the past is the past, and we all change and we all get better. And if everyone else is as mature as me, then they're thinking about now and the future as well. Or trying to, you know? That's what I think, at least. The kindest are often the most scarred. Yeah, because it takes a lot you have to go through to realize that, you know, everyone deserves kindness. You go through a lot of shit, you stay around people who hurt you, and they make you think things that aren't true. Like, people I was around when I was a teenager were like people who, there was one friend of mine who was very toxic and made me think like that a lot of people were out to hurt me and were actually like abusing me and hurting me. And that's why I said that thing from earlier, because I believe abuse is a very serious thing. And it was crazy that like I had a friend who just kind of whispered in my ear to you know, not believe in other people. And then I found out that they were creeping on me on their private account, and they were saying really creepy things about me. And then, you know, they were talked about a lot, and they were actually like a genuinely really awful person. And I was like, well, you know, I guess I expected this, because as I grew older, I was like, oh shit, yeah, they were just kind of an awful fucking person. That's not a surprise. You know, in the moment when I was like a teenager, I didn't realize that. I was too trusting, you know, and I was like, no, I think this person's a good person. I don't know, I think you guys are just being a little too mean. And then I realized, oh my god, I was in a really bad friendship with that person, and they hurt me a lot. Hello. But, you know, I haven't been in that friendship for, oh my god, it would have been over 5 years now. No, way longer. Yeah, no, that would have been, oh my god, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. But yeah, when you're around hurtful people, they make you think hurtful thoughts. And they make you believe some people are awful when they're not. And then when you disengage from them, you realize, oh my god, these people aren't actually awful. I was just told the wrong things. That sucks, but I believe that, you know, disengaging from those sort of people is a huge thing, you know? Thank you. I sure hope so. I worked hard on it. Therapy and meds, the true endgame. It's true. With a good enough therapist and some working meds, you can do anything. I think that, like, a lot of people are going through it, especially because of COVID. A lot of people had a lot of mental illnesses, like mental issues, right? And possibly mental illnesses, not, like, kind of because of COVID, but stuff that go along with that, you know what I mean? Like being inside for too long, socially having to change how you are, being on the internet too much, and it leads to, you know, like forming stuff that you wouldn't have had without COVID. And, you know, having a therapist and meds to help you out with that is very good. And a lot of people believe they're not really like, they're like, oh, well, you know, I COVID happened to me and I turned out fine. But the thing is, we're in a very, I don't know if it's traumatized generation. I don't think that's the word. We're in a generation who's been through a lot. I think everyone needs therapy right now. I'm glad to see you feeling a bit more comfy with your schedule. It does a lot of good for the brain. It does. It does. Yeah, for sure. It makes my way of thinking stronger. It makes me feel like I can face things better. It makes me feel like I'm a lot stronger than I felt before, which is really nice, because I typically think very weakly. I go bunny mode, is a good way to word it. I get really nervous and I get fight or flighty because, you know, I brought it up earlier this stream, but, you know, I've been through a lot through childhood and teenagehood and young adulthood. Too many major events in one lifetime. Yep, that's true. That's exactly it. People need to get therapy. People need to reach out and talk about their issues and, you know, help themselves. They need to take care of themselves. Everyone does. Everyone deserves that. Everyone deserves to help themselves out, you know? They deserve to live a good life. And it's rough that a lot of people are like, well, I'm fine mentally. I just have to, like, you know, I have to think a way different way in order to not have myself have constant mental breakdowns. Like me, where it's like, before meds, when I was younger, I had a lot of issues with anxiety. I kind of had to, like, overthink everything in order for me to not worry as much. Just really crazy, you know? I don't think that's a good thing to overthink too much, because then you're stuck in your brain all the time, and it's rough, you know? It's hard. And being stuck in your brain doesn't allow you to see new things, and doesn't allow you to see the world's full of kindness. And a lot of people really want to help. A lot of people really want to help. You're not alone. You're never alone. Even if you think you might be alone, you're not alone. You're never gonna be. That's the way I think of things. You will always have someone there. I remember when I told people, like, I remember when I told my friends all about, you know, I feel like I am a bad person for this, this, and this, and I told them all about my issues and all about the stuff that I felt like made me a bad person. They're like, so what? You've grown. I was like, you don't hate me? You don't think I'm an awful person? They're like, you've grown. You're a good person now. I think that's like, I think that's an awesome thing. I think having friends to tell you that they have your back and that they're there for you. That's what you need. You need some good friends and you need therapy. Because doing it alone is really hard. But having people by your side to help you out is really good. Lean on people. They're there for that. We also need to work on improving ourselves. Yes, that's why you need friends. I think having a friend around is a really good idea. It's always gonna help. You know? Can't go wrong with having a friend who even just kind of gets you off the web and, you know, plays some Fortnite with you. Or gets you off the web and goes out to lunch with you and just helps you out. Or, you know, even just like calls you and you play Marvel Rivals and stuff like that, you know? I keep bringing up playing games online, but that's how I get away from the web, you know? Well, away from, you know, social media. Actual friends will do a world of difference. Yes. Yep. Friends who really care for you, they will help you in so many ways, dude. They're so fucking awesome. I am so blessed, man. I am so happy I had the people I do in my life, because they... This last, like, year, I would have been in a lot different of a spot right now, in this exact moment, than I would have been if I didn't have the people I did. You need good people in your life, because when hard things happen, they'll be there for you. They'll catch you when you're falling down, you know? And I think that's something you gotta realize, that you can't take everything on alone, and that's okay. You don't have to take on everything alone. You're a person, you know? You can only do so much, and people are social beings. So, you should get some friends and, you know, hang out with them, and tell them your problems, and tell them, hey, I'm worried about this thing, and I'm worried that this thing affects me, and this thing. And they'll give you a way of thinking of that. They're awesome. I love my friend. That's how I think. But remember to be there for them too, because they'll need it as well. And that's a good idea. Always be there for the people you care about, you know? Well, be there when you can. Sometimes you're in a really shit mental state and you can't do anything. And I get that, you know? I've been through that. Yeah, that's kind of what I think. It's almost 12:30. Oh, I gotta see my brother in an hour and a half, so I should probably end stream so I can get ready. I need to record as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's always a good idea to meet good friends, you know? It's always a good idea to just meet someone so that you can have someone to rely on, or just to talk to, you know? That's the way I think of things. A lot of introspection this stream, huh? I'll make sure next stream isn't as going deep into my thoughts and such, okay? I'll make sure next stream will be a little more lighthearted. I cut everyone out that isn't direct family at this point. You should get some friends. It's a good idea. I understand wanting to be close to your actual family though, because family is like, they're kind of like, you know, they're very important. I get it, because my brother is one of the most important people ever to me. He's someone so important to me. I would do anything to protect that man. I get it, you know? Direct family is very important. I would understand that firsthand. My brother, oh, we've been through it all, man. I love that. I love that boy. You know, he's helped me through so much. He is one of the people who I was talking about, who are like those friends who are there for you, who help you escape, who you go to meals with, and you know, best. I mean, he's the best to do it, really. Opalu's the best to do it, really. Oh, I was gonna say, Miu and ADHD brain. You guys believe it's been almost 2 years since that one guy asked me out, and he also followed me? He also followed me, oh my god! I can't, oh my god. Sorry, I found that so funny. My entire hair decided to reconstruct itself. Yeah, no, yeah, that happened about 2 years ago now. I made a friend in college because he was my mom was friends with his mom because they work at the same place. So he goes to my college. My mom was like, you should be friends with him. I was like, sure, you know, why not? Because we both like games, so we talked a little bit. We went to lunch twice, and then he asked me out, and I was like, I'm sorry, I like barely know you, I'm sorry. And you know, it was a lot of him trying to lean on me mentally and being like, hey, well, you know, I know you childhood friends. No, I don't know this guy. We only became friends like, and then like a week later he asked me out. I don't know this guy. We were friends for a total of like a week and a half, and then we stopped being friends. Cause he was like, I forget what it was, but he was like, he was like, hey, you know, I think I'm in love with you. And I was like, I don't really know you like that. And he was like, oh, well, maybe it's because, you know, I think it was like, he said something along the lines of like, you know, just a lot of this is, you know, mental stuff I have, and, you know, might be pressure and emotions because of, you know, the pressure of my parents putting school on me and stuff. And it was really weird. And I was like, okay, so let me get this straight. If I had feelings for you, right? And I said yes, and then you were like, actually, I just mistaked these feelings because of comfort. You wanted comfort after being so stressed instead of it being love. That would have been really fucking, like, mean, you know? I would have been, like, really sad, you know? And he was like, well, I'm sorry. And, like, a few hours later, he was like, yeah, mentally, I don't know myself at all. Can you help me out? And he was basically asking me to be his therapist. And I was like, no, I don't know you like that. We're, like, acquaintances, bro. So, you know, he was like, well, it was nice being friends with you while we were. And then we stopped being... I basically unadded him, and then we didn't talk for a bit. And then he messaged me on my university email being like, hey, I'm sorry. In return, you can do, in return, I'll do whatever you tell me to. I was like, what? Yeah, I saw that. It was really cool. Yeah, no, I explained it a lot better in that clip. I'm pretty sure. This is just me retelling very briefly. It is a very vague offer. I want $5,000, a Philly cheesesteak, and for you to never talk to me again. Thank you. I think that's exactly what I said last time too. But, you know, it's true. I like money, I like cheesesteaks, and I like not being talked to by people who I don't like. So, you know, fair enough. It was really crazy. No doubt. That was one of the weirdest moments. For sure. Yeah, it's been almost 2 years since then. Since that was March 2023. That would have been almost 2 years ago. Wild, right? I don't know how he's doing now. I wish I could help this person. They really need therapy. I mean, you know, probably doing his own thing. I remember I said to my mom, I brought this all up to my mom because she knows about my account, so I brought it up to her like, hey, by the way, well, she doesn't know about my account, she knows about, you know, me doing this. She understands that I do porn VA and I stream and stuff, and she's just like, just be safe. Like, got it. 'Cause I'm still in touch with her and stuff. Yep. I remember I said to my mom, like, hey, mom, can you, like, bring up to, like, to his mom, like, he's freaking me out, and, like, I want him to not, like, kind of stalk me and, like, message me on my university email, because now I'm getting freaked out. And she was like, yeah. So she told her, and then they basically, you know, they told him, like, hey, man, It's not really how you treat a girl. That's not really like how you act around someone you have interest in. Not really a good idea generally, and you know, I think that's kind of where it ended. I think he got a girlfriend at some point, so you know, evidently he grew as a person. So you know, I hope he's doing well. You know, I think he's probably doing a lot better now. I assume since he had a girlfriend. Good evening. I have about to end stream. I said that like 10 minutes ago, but still. But you know, he was probably decent. He probably just didn't really understand, you know? Sometimes people just don't really get it socially, including me. I'm someone like that when I was a lot younger. Yeah. I hope things are doing well for him, you know? It was a creepy situation in the moment. He was probably a good guy, just had, you know, he probably didn't have bad intentions. He just didn't know how to go about things. That's what I believe for people. That was a wild situation. Weird, troubled young brains. Yep. You know, it's fine. It's been years since. He probably is a lot better of a person now. 2 years does a lot to a person, you know?
Hi, I've been watching you for about the last 9 months or so. We've got a few things in. We're both dumb leftists, so himbos, if I may. I was diagnosed with ADHD as an adult, so I've been working with that the last couple years. And I've been dealing with issues with alcohol as an adult too. And I got my second DUI actually this March after I lost my job that I had for 5 years. So I graduated college thanks to my family, you know, keeping me afloat. And I've been sober again for the last 9 months or so. But
congratulations.
You know, thank you. But that added a lot to an already, you know, not great year. So I think my main thing is like, how do I just like forgive myself for knowing that I kind of, you know, knowing full well what I did could have been much worse, and it continues to have like such a huge impact on the people around me.
Well, I don't know if anyone else wants to jump on this, but
I
have personal
jump.
experience in the matter. But Will, like, let me talk about it real quick, and then
yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
go for it.
As far as like what has happened, there's absolutely no use relitigating it in your mind and like contemplating what the worst possible scenarios might have been. You got very lucky. You got lucky twice, so you're incredibly lucky. You should never fuck up like that ever again. So understand the severity of it. But I'm glad that you're recovering. I'm glad that you're not drinking. You're sober for 9 months, as you said. And these are tough times to be sober through regardless. This is when a lot of people relapse because of isolation and because of COVID. So you're already doing great. You just got to live it one day at a time. Put one foot in front of the other. But as far as thinking about what has happened already, as far as thinking about like getting a DUI and whatnot, it's over. Nothing you say or do will change that reality, right? Nothing you say or do will change that reality. So this is just a part of your life. There's nothing wrong with it. Many people have fucked up in the past. I am a great example of this. I got arrested for DUI, as you know. That's why you probably pointed that out when I was younger. And you know, you just have to learn to live with it and recognize that it doesn't do anything. It doesn't take away from you at all, and it's not that big of a deal. It's not that significant as long as you are, as long as you're continuing to make yourself a better person. One argument that I've always had, or one thing that I've always believed in, is like, the way I rationalize certain things that happens in my life is by thinking about like these things that have happened in my life. I see them as roadblocks, but I always work around it. I have always decided like, hey, look, I have this on my record now, but it doesn't matter. I am going to outgrow this. It doesn't matter that I have this. Like, I want to become undeniable that like someone will never be able to use this against me because of how hard I work. I will outwork my setbacks. And that's the way I live with it. And I think you can do that as well. It's a learning experience, and you get stronger as a consequence of that, as long as you don't repeat the mistakes.
Hey, Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking up that you got a lot of guilt going on. And I'm perceiving that a lot of guilt is aimed towards your family and the sacrifices and the kind of inconvenience that they incurred because of your behavior. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, bud. So first thing I'm going to say is you asked us an impossible question off the bat. How do I forgive myself? We can't tell you how to find self-forgiveness, right? That's literally a question that you have to ask yourself. What is going to allow you to find closure or peace or solace in the fact that you made mistakes? But one thing I would remind you is that your family is your family. Feeling that guilt, it might be counterproductive, right? Because your family made those sacrifices because they want to see you succeed. They want to see you do well, right? And so the mere fact that you're feeling anguish over it is counterproductive because your family wants you to move forward. The mere fact that you're letting it inhibit your growth is standing in direct opposition to the fact that they put in so much effort to make you succeed. So I think when we talk about alcoholism or anyism, a big part of that, not all of it, not every case, is control. And right now we live in an era where control is very difficult to come by. We live in a time that we are at the victim of so many outside influences. So whenever you can find small amounts of control in your life, like Hassan is a great example. Hassan lives a very regimented life. Like his workout, his diet, a lot of the things that he does are so that he can visit that control in his day-to-day life, feel like he has control over his life, and then use that to motivate himself to do things. And the last thing I'll say is this. I've fucked up. Hassan has fucked up. I'm sure most of the Chads and Chadettes in this call have fucked up majorly in this point in their life. The difference is going to be whether you use it to grow stronger or whether you let that mistake define you. Don't do that. Use it to grow.
Yeah, man. I don't know if this is as powerful because Will is way better at this than I am. But I will say, bro, you can't be mad at yourself for what you didn't know. Like, you shouldn't beat up on yourself and feel like you should have known better. That's like not a good way to, you're just going to damage your self-confidence and all that. So that's just something I learned from my therapist, and that's something I practice. And so I just pass that on to you. And to Will's point, because you do have a clean slate, like, you have an opportunity to make your people proud. What you did is in the past, but you have an opportunity ahead of you. Like, there's still the future, and so you can make something out of that. It's not all for nothing.
Yeah, that's true. I appreciate that. Yeah.
For me, you have to put in preventative measures to not fall that hard like ever again. And for me, it was a lot about not harboring everything, because I'm a very stubborn person personally, and I don't like to let anyone in. I don't like to let anyone know when it's like hard or when it's difficult. But that's also kind of like my downfall, because then it may fall further, So you have to recognize your triggers and recognize when things are getting really bad. And you do have to open up somewhere to someone. You don't have to like divulge everything into like one or two people, but definitely open up a bit more if that's not something you're used to. You're never alone in your struggles as much as you think that you are. Like, living through it feels much heavier than it really is.
That's a good point. Mm-hmm.
Great point.
You have to have a good support system as well. That was definitely one thing that helped me tremendously in my time of need. Oh, sorry, I'm hiccuping because I ate a very spicy pepper. It's fucking killing me. And my family, my friends, but especially my friends at the time, were incredibly helpful. And you gotta eliminate negative influences from your life. If there are people out there who are not understanding of your situation and like trying to get you to drink or putting you in a circumstance where you have to drink and things like that. You should try to avoid those circumstances. I definitely recommend that. And that I highly recommend surrounding yourself with people that are positive influences and good influences on your life. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate you sharing.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Wishing you the best, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Thank
bold
you.
to say that on the internet, man. You should not beat up on yourself. You got a lot of that takes mental strength in and of itself, man. So you'll be all right. I believe in you.
I appreciate it. All right. Oh, Austin, don't listen to Hassan. You looked great in those cigarette fit fucking whatever those were.
Wait. He said I look like shit?
No, you were there. Remember, I made fun of you for wearing the cigarette jeans?
My clothes. Oh, thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
no,
it.
I didn't say you look like shit in the fucking awesome photo shoot you did. You look awesome.
I thought you were talking about my photo shoot with me and
No,
Malcolm.
the photo shoot you look hot as fuck. That's not what we're talking about.
Oh, thank you though. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Pants were
Thank
kind
you.
of awful though.
Okay. Rule number 5. This is complete nonsense. Okay. If they want to be with you and around you, they will do everything they possibly can to be around you and be with you. They will respond to your text messages, so don't force things. This is very important. This goes back to rule number 1 as well. This is why you have multiple options always. Okay? Are you a psychologist? How much personal experience do you have in professional setting guiding relationships? I'm not. And I've never said that I'm a professional. You can follow this advice and see if it works for you. And if you think that I need to be a professional psychologist, then you can go listen to fucking Jordan Peterson. Okay, how about that? Anyway, where was I? If they want to be with you and around you, they'll do everything they can. This is very important. Like the principle of forcing things is a recipe for failure in building successful and healthy relationships. If you're conning the person or manipulating the person into hanging out with you, then they're going out on a date maybe to fucking pity you. Do you really value yourself? Do you have such low self-esteem that you would go on a date with someone who would be going on a date exclusively out of pity? Now, I know a lot of people in the chat are going to start memeing and say, yes, shut the fuck up. You value yourself more. It's very important, okay? No, stop. Everybody stop saying yes. Oh my God, this fucking triggers me so much. I hate it when, I hate it because like it's a self-defeating prophecy where if you devalue yourself, the entire conversation that I'm trying to get to here is that you have to value yourself. You have to value your personal space. You have to value your personal time, and you have to show them that you value that so that they respect you. Okay? And this goes for the women who are trying to seduce men, and it goes for the men who are trying to seduce women. Anyway, you can't love anyone if you don't love yourself. That's not true. I hate myself, and I love plenty of people, especially Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa, if you're listening to this, I love you. All right, back to the story. Okay. Didn't you say practice talking to women? I did say that, yes. If it means, okay, so everyone has their own threshold, but for me, if she's rescheduling for the 3rd time, it's usually a wrap for me. It means you fucking move on, and she doesn't value your time as much as you value your own time, so move on. And then maybe at a later date, you can come back to it in due time. But like I said, you shouldn't get too hung up on people who are keeping you in the quote-unquote friend zone. It just means that they're not sexually attracted to you for the most part, or it means that they are not willing to give you a shot, I guess. But you shouldn't be going after people who are not willing to give you a shot regardless, okay? So don't do it. It means that she thinks that if there's something better she could be doing with her time, which means she doesn't value your time. She thinks that there's a better things that she could be doing elsewhere. When they flake on you. So you don't need to be around a person who thinks that there are better things that they can do than to meet you. You're a fucking awesome person. You need to constantly remind yourself of this fact if you have a hard time coming to terms with that. Okay, an opportunity may come around at a later date when you have nothing going on, but don't forget that if you're not responding and they're not making an effort to meet up with you again, you should move on to the next person. And this goes back to rule number 1. Talk to as many people as you possibly can. Number 6 is don't force it. Stop saying fuck this ghosting bitch. She obviously wasn't the right girl for you. Don't be overzealous. Don't be entitled, and don't try to manipulate girls into having sex with you. Obviously, again, these are all very important things that it bears repeating for some fucking weird reason, but like, don't get toxic, don't get upset and annoyed. No one is entitled to you're not entitled to anyone else's time, and no one is entitled to your time. So the same kind of advice that I give you about your self-worth, acknowledge that the other person has about their self-worth. So, you know, if she flakes on you 5 times, then what's the point, really? The other person clearly doesn't treat you with the respect you deserve, and you're their fallback plan, at which point it's not going to be successful anyway. If you want to have sex with this person, it's not going to be successful. You're not going to get pity sex. Like, that shit never fucking happens. I guess it happens in Hollywood or whatever, but where was I? It's not fruitful. It's not a fruitful endeavor, or it's not a good connection at all. If you're trying to win someone over, you're not going to win someone over. Hollywood constantly tells you that you can win someone over, and all of those stories make a lot of money because they're just that. They're stories, okay? So you need to stop with that bullshit.
What's up, bro?
It's good. Long time.
I know.
All right.
We're gonna wrap this up, guys. I have to pick up my laundry, and we got a podcast, so a couple more, and then we gotta go.
Joe to pronounce she, her?
Yes.
All right. What's going on? What's your problem?
I've always had an issue with, like, flirting with people, or even getting to the point of flirting, or even receiving it as well. So like, I was just very quickly looking for advice on how to initiate a relationship, or even like to turn a friendship into a relationship sort of thing.
Okay. Give us a little bit more of the boundaries here so we can,
Okay.
understand
So,
exactly what's going on.
So like, I'm very friendly, I'm very like open and social, I'm very like communicative and stuff with people. But when it comes to the idea of like, I see someone I like, trying to turn that into something akin to a relationship, or even telling the idea of like, I think you're hot. I don't have the synapses in my brain to like, I don't know, pose the idea to them.
You do. You got him. You just got to wake them up a little bit. I've been there. No, truly. Here's the thing. That shit sucks. The reason it's hard is because getting rejected sucks dick, and it feels bad, right? And so you're scared of that, and you don't do it. I was that way myself as a youth. I would always be hanging around, you know what I mean, friendly, making everybody laugh. But the second it was like, should I tell somebody I like them? I would chicken out. I'd be a coward. And I wish I had done that sooner, because the faster you get rejected, the faster that doesn't hurt anymore, the sooner then you can just start, sucking off, getting sucked off, whatever you're trying to get in there to. It's like I always say in this, check out Stavi Solves Your Problems, or I'm sorry, Stavi's World, a superior advice program to this fucking bullshit.
I've been on it.
He has been on here.
It's very good.
And the thing I would say is the path to W's is littered with L's. You have to get out there. You have to get your teeth kicked in. You have to feel like shit, but you have to get over it. And then once you're over it, once you don't give a fuck, once you're projecting some of that that confidence, because you're saying you're a very like social person. Once you can get that into when it's time to fuck, once you get that confidence into that, you're good to go. You're golden. But you're gonna have to get rejected. You're gonna have to get over that. Yeah. And the sooner you do that, the better. That's my general.
Thank you very much for that, but I don't feel that's the issue. Sorry I might have misexplained it. But like, I don't have an issue with rejection. I've been rejected here, there, and everywhere. It's more that like, all my relationships have been initiated by other people, and like it takes a lot of them talking to me and talking me into the idea. And not that I don't find them attractive or anything like that. It's just more like, the whole concept just feels ticklish in a sense. Like when someone flirts at me, I just giggle and then run away, sort of thing. But like the idea of me flirting with them, it's just, I can't even figure it out.
No. See, I think I'm no disrespect. I know I literally have just talked to you for 15 seconds, but I think I know you better than you know yourself. I think that that's just a deep level of laughing it off or giggling it off, whatever. That's insecurity. You know what I mean? That's like being like, I can't even fathom it, because if you were to fathom it, I think, and I'm only saying this because that was me, right? I didn't even see myself as like, when I was younger, I had like body image issues. I was, you know, kind of some, let's say, internalized fat phobia that I've more than broken out of now, where I didn't think I was worthy of somebody to be attracted to.
I think she's asking for Riz though. Like I think she's just asking for Riz advice of like how to like be more sexy and sexual.
They're going up to her though, she's saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm sorry. Am I anywhere close here? Am I off again? It's okay if I am.
Hello?
She left. Your advice was so bad.
She's like,
Fuck
I'm
her.
fucking done.
Whatever. Fuck you, bitch.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Oh no.
No,
At least I never got fucking one of your guests to leave, dude. God damn.
What the fuck was that about?
My man came in and was like, I know you better than you know yourself.
What the fuck
and she's
I'm
like,
talking
okay.
Let me see. Hello?
Maybe she needs to like get pulled in and out or something. Like maybe
I did that.
If it was an accident and I said fuck you, I'd take it back.
Jesus Christ. You cooked her way too hard. You broke her fucking internet, dude.
Hold on,
Well, I hope
she's already British. It's like a
Yeah, that's
it's
tough.
a double bind.
You're starting with a big issue.
Yeah.
If you're British.
Dude, there was some fucking problems earlier on the show that oh my god. All right, what's going on?
For real?
So I pinged them, I messaged them, and they left the voice channel.
Maybe who knows?
I think they left the server.
Wait,
they unsubscribed from your channel.
No, that's crazy.
I mean,
I don't give a fuck. I'm taking down
Damn,
this empire.
I leave for one advice column. What the
I'm
hell?
taking down Hassan from the inside.
What the fuck?
I lift my shirt up. I just have slurs tattooed on my stomach.
She left the server for real?
He gets banned.
Oh my god.
It's never happened before in the history. This has never happened. I've been doing this for years now, and it's never happened.
oh, okay. Oh, they're back. They're back. They're back.
Okay. All right.
They're coming back. Okay.
Will said he was gonna fuck the last person's dad. This one couldn't have been on you. Yeah. Will said he was gonna
But in a positive way.
Yeah, Will did say he was gonna give the last advice seeker's dad the greatest suck of his
That's
life.
awesome. Have you given a man head before?
No.
Or a woman with a penis head? Well, then how the fuck was going to be the greatest one?
He just
You'd have to train.
You know
first.
why? Because he's
Visualization.
got a mouth that won't quit. That's
Okay,
why.
all right.
Okay, she's back.
All right.
We're good.
Hello.
Hello, sorry about that. The timing of it was expert.
I don't know what that happened, but I'm sorry. You know, for Stavros.
Don't fucking apologize for me. I was in the zone. I was in the
Stuff was
zone.
lovely. It was perfect, honestly.
Thank you.
So correct us if we misunderstood, but it seems like you're asking for Riz advice. Like you're asking how to like flirt with people, right? Is that what you're saying? More so than just like people are propositioning you, but you don't know how to turn like you don't have a good assessment on that? Is that what it is?
Yes, partly that, yes. But also like how to initiate, not so much Riz. I think I got Riz for days, to be honest. It's just once they've initiated, then I can get it back and get it going, get it flowing. But like starting it is just impossible for me, sort of thing.
Approach.
I do think, yeah, like going up to someone as the idea of a friendship, easy peasy, no problem. But if I'm attracted to someone, then it's like, how do I start this? How do you turn, thing to thing?
Mm-hmm. Do you just want some casual fucking, or are you looking for a long-term relationship? Because I think that approach is different.
Very, very true.
I think a lot of times if you approach people kind of under the guise of wanting something more significant and then just bang them out and leave, that's not a good look. I think you got to be honest. If you're just out there trolling for some sport fucks, just go up and be like,
I think history has vindicated me. I think I'm correct. I think
honestly, I think Stavros was cooking. To be fair, like he was
yes, that's right.
I am
fucking Turkish hater.
Insecure.
It's insecurity, and I
just-
know it. I was the same way.
I'm being insecure because he's a Greek man.
Yeah, because I'm
so-
fucking dominating you on your own stream,
Yeah,
bitch.
I know.
Because I'm better at advice than
Show
you.
him the slur tattoos. Show him the slur tattoos.
That's what happened. I wanted to keep a Greek man down again. Partially because it's day 2 on the broadcast. Still no cookies, but that's.
My mother hurt her hip, bro. She got she had surgery.
Oh, wow, I'm sorry. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Oh, my mother hurt
Hassan just
herself.
wants to put Greek women to work, the elderly Greek women to work. He wants a sweatshop of old women, infirmed women, making him treats.
Exactly.
The fucking sultan.
All right. So you, I guess it takes practice. Going back to the matter at hand.
That's all it is.
It's practice.
Because the thing is, you know what it is, right? It's like we all know, and we want there to be a secret way to do it, but there's no shortcuts in that.
Yeah.
It just comes from it being a familiar territory for you, and so you just gotta. And that's why I would say, a little trick sometimes I give people as advice is like, look at it as I'm gonna go get rejected 10 times. You don't even expect to fuck. You're just like, I have to do it. I have to go get a no 10 times.
Yeah.
You know, and then you'll be surprised. I bet you one of those 10 times, somebody let you suck them off.
And if
know
you
what I mean?
if you get rejected 9 times and the one time it's positive, then that's a W. You weren't expecting that.
Exactly.
You weren't expecting that.
Yeah. Exactly.
A really good place to start is identifying what you want. You know what I mean? You said you're really good at making friendships. If you're looking for a long-term relationship, well, then you can approach that the same way you would a friendship, really, and let that develop and see if there's mutual kind of feelings beyond your friendship there. But again, if you're just looking to sport fuck, I would just be open and honest about that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Right, fair. But that's more my thing. Like, if I do have a long-term friend and I do start getting feelings and all that kind of stuff, then how do you broach that is what more so the thing.
Are you a habitual long-term friend feeling haver?
Not necessarily, but I do like to have a bit of a foundation before I'm like, oh, I think I like this person. That's,
Again, I'm sorry, you're
That
just sounding
fantasized
like
them.
me in my youth. Cowardice. That's the first. That's the first way I got pussy, was just making friends with someone for like 18 months. She was in a relationship. It was so safe, and I slowly chipped away. Eventually, we fucked. We dated even, and it was good, but it was like I was being a coward. And so that's, if you have feelings for somebody that you're friends with, and you think that it's going to affect your relationship with them, you just have to be honest, and you have to be like, hey, I want something more. If I think we really get along great, I'd love something more with you. If not, I totally understand.
You could be like, it's a beans on toast situation, but I'm trying to move it up to jelly deals, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
wow, straight to the English thing, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
I
I
knew
think
it was
actually what's
coming
really
from.
good.
I don't even know if that makes sense.
No, it made sense.
I think what I
you
would,
don't get it because you're not English.
You don't get it. You're not British like Hassan.
Yeah.
I would say my final piece of advice would be watch Fat Rascal on Netflix streaming right now. It's been top 10 for 3 days. We're at the 8th spot today. We were at 7 yesterday. Please keep watching. Let's defeat Young Sheldon. He's at 7. I'm at 8.
That's crazy that you're getting
losing to
owned
Young
by
Sheldon.
I beat him the
Sheldon.
first day. I came through when we both premiered. I kicked his teeth and I was 4, he was 5. But Sheldon fucked my ass the last couple days. I have to admit
he's
that.
bazinging your asshole.
Yeah. I have to admit that.
That's crazy.
Well, I'll gracefully bow out then. Yeah, thank you for the stream. Love you guys.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for coming on. Hopefully that was helpful.